So I wanted to show you guys this video on Oyster Bay. We're in the G-Store, and this isn't any kind of spectacular game, but I wanted to show you how I make an immediate adjustment at the beginning of this game. So again, Oyster Bay, we're on this north spawn, I guess we'll just call it the north spawn, and I'm going to run through here like this and go to my standard bush. I don't like coming to this one, or this one, rather, because I feel like it's just too open. And once you get spotted, you have to go way down to get out of here. So it's likely you're going to get hit multiple times if you even make it out of here, if you get lit, right? So that's why I don't like these two areas. I know some people like coming here, but I prefer to go to this side. And what I'm going to do here is make an immediate adjustment. Lorraine is YOLOing in here. I see the Scorpion gets lit here. I see the Kunze-Panzer, and then I'm looking at my team and I'm like, this team isn't going to help press and win this. The T-34 is here, the Cobra is kind of camping out as well, and the STRV-81 is the only one that's kind of out here, so I'm just going to run away immediately. And I'm going to look for other opportunities on the map. There's a VK up here. They have heavies in this pocket where I know that I can kind of get shots, so that's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to come back, see if maybe the STRV-81 like spots any of these guys poking up on these little ridges here, but they're not poking up, and now I'm just going to look for other opportunities, right? I'm seeing if maybe the light tank would get lit here too or something. You know, I'm just looking. I'm being very, very passive, but I don't want to be where I just was because I can easily get YOLO'd by the Lorraine, right? This guy can just swing around the corner like this, even if he takes a shot from the T-34-3 and the prototype, but I don't want that to happen. So instead, what I'm going to do is look for shots on like this VK over here. Look, this man. Have a shot at the VK. We can just do something else for now, right? While we kind of wait for this game to progress. You don't always have to be doing something in a light tank, and I can already hear the comments like, this is too passive, Whirls, you know? You really should be upfront using your gun or spotting the enemy team. Like, you could have stayed where you were, but this is how I like to adjust, guys. I like to play very passively, and it's not my fault that the Lorraine and the Kunze-Panzer were unchallenged here, right? So now the WZ is getting pretty comfortable, the 132A, and I'm going to face this guy because now it's something for me to do, right? And I need to defend. So I'm going to mark his position on the map so that people are aware of this, but I'm going to you know, pull back here, kind of defend the base, but this guy is making a very aggressive play, and we can counter it, right? As a light tank, that's now my responsibility. Unlike this side of the map over here, this is kind of the responsibility of the mediums and maybe the heavies and the tank destroyers, right? To hold this down. Yeah, I can spot these people, but everyone wanted to stay back here, so GG for them, man. Then stay back there. Like, I'm not going to risk my tank for the whole team camping back here, right? This is kind of a brawling sector as much as this is, and you need to kind of brawl. So instead, what I'm going to do is just defend the base, kind of, and I'm going to counter the other light tank, right? I'm going to counter the enemy light tank, and I'm going to help the K91 here. That shot misses, but I'm just poking up here, and we got 2 shots into this guy already, right? And I'm going to get 1 more into him here. Just looking for that shot into the turret. We get it there on the top of the turret, and this is what I'm doing, guys. Like, you don't always have to be, like, sitting in a bush spotting, right? So we make this adjustment, we help in eliminating the enemy light tank, and now we have an open map because the enemy light tank has been eliminated, right? There's no other lights. I think I was the only light, me and the WZ, and now we can get creative because the team has won this side of the map. I feel like they put more people maybe on this portion of the map, and we were just being very passive. I'm surprised, though, because we also had a lot of people over here, so we just had better players kind of in the south of this map, right? And now we can get creative, and now we can come back to where we were because we're holding this down, right? The Lorraine actually never moved, so technically I didn't have to run away, but I'd rather just do that because you never know, guys. I've seen it happen before on this map where people just YOLO in. I've seen, like, IS-7s and crap, like heavies, push down, you know, they push down this line to get into these pockets immediately, and you end up getting spotted and wrecked, right? And even then, like, it doesn't matter if you get spotted or not because they're going to proxy you, basically, and they get in here and they kill you. So you're better off just running away. But what I'm going to do now is return to my initial location now that we have this side of the map won, and I know that we'll have even more support, and I can just YOLO in, right? I can YOLO in, get a shot at the Lorraine, I turn around, come up the ridgeline so this guy can't really get a shot into me. Lova's also here, he's looking for a shot into me, and now we're just playing the gnat game. This is what I like to call being a gnat, and you're just kind of diving in and doing weird things and disrupting the enemy, right? So we're going to dive in again, shoot the Lorraine again. I think I hit this guy's track, but it doesn't really matter. I'm still hitting him and distracting him, right? And he's turning his turret around again. He's like, what the heck's going on here? And now we have more people pushing in that can kind of eliminate the Lorraine. Scorpion is here. I think this guy does hit me. He actually misses. I'm able to get that shot into him, but we're spotting him as well. And you see, this is almost like, how can I say it, opportunistic, right? Like we're now taking the opportunity to spot the enemy team because we have the support behind us, and I know that I can dive in and distract these guys because they're all paying attention to my team, right? All these enemies are paying attention to other players on my team that are actually brawling, and now we can go in and play this game of just smacking people in the side plates and stuff, right? We're going to hit the Lover here, and then we're going to move in, probably hit him again, then we'll hit the Kunzepanzer, and now we can, you know, pad our score, if you want to call it that, right? So whatever you want to call it at the beginning of the game, Whirls, you were too passive, that's fine, man. You can say whatever you want about it, but ultimately, this is what led to me having this phenomenal game because I lost no HP, and now I can even use it to just like run into the Kunzepanzer. Like, I don't care, right? Because I have so much HP to spare, and we end up stomping this team, right? And I do 2,300 damage and 1,200 spotting at the end of this game. So my overall emphasis on this video is just to make adjustments, guys. Like, my goal of this video is to display to you guys how you can make adjustments on the fly, right? We ran away right away. We got a shot into the VK over here. We countered the WZ, and then once the team won this portion of the map, and if we lost, then we would have just had to stay here, right? Like, if it were a different situation where we were the much worse team, then I would have probably just stayed here, or maybe I would have even tried to return and try and spot this side again. But we ended up countering everything, and then we won this side of the map, and now we can use that to our advantage and make further adjustments and push in and use our HP now that I've conserved my HP. So best example, one of the best examples I can show you of why you need to conserve your HP, because at the end here, it's just like, I'm diving in like a gnat, dude. I don't care. I have freaking 1,250 HP, right? Like, no one's going to one-shot me and stuff. I can just dive in and dive out and be a gnat and annoy the crap out of these people and allow my team to kind of do two things, right? I'm distracting some of these guys, and it allows the team to push in, but the team is mostly distracting them, so now I can push in as well. So strength in numbers, guys. Make adjustments, and you should be able to come out with a score like this when you're stomping the enemy team, right? But you just have to, like, do these things on the fly, right? The Lorraine could have YOLO'd me. We don't know. Hindsight is always 20/20, and I feel like a lot of people will always comment on my videos, other people's videos, comment in the chat like, oh, you were terrible, you could have been more aggressive. Absolutely. But hindsight is always 20/20, guys. You never know what some of these players are going to do, and you don't want to get YOLO'd by someone who can clip you out, right? Like, it's just stupid to sit there and kind of wait to see if it's going to happen. So make the adjustments, guys, and do them quickly. And if you do that, you're going to be a much better player, by the way, right? Because when you're able to learn how to make these adjustments very, very quickly, you will stay alive longer. And when you stay alive longer as a light tank, you always come out with a better score, man. Like, I wish I could prove this to you guys, but, you know, I mean, if this doesn't prove it, you would need a lot more proof, right? But I'm saying, trust me, the longer you stay alive in a light tank, usually 9 times out of 10, the better off you're going to be, the better your score is going to be. So 2329 damage, 1248 assist, guys. And here we are. We were third by experience in this game. WZ played a really good game, man. Look at this. 5,248 damage. This is the guy that really carried our team, man. 4 kills, my goodness gracious. I sure hope this was a mastery for this dude. And there you go. There's the detailed report here, guys, and that's all. We are currently running the G-Sword with CVS, Bounty Optics, and Bounty Low Noise Exhaust, and that is getting us almost 48% concealment over here, and the gun is actually really nice on this thing. I like that it has some gun depression, the aiming time is good, the dispersion is fine, and the penetration values on this tank are pretty high. It's just the DPM is kind of bad. It's really the only thing, but this thing has a lot going for it. I just find that it's like identical to the LHM TV. That's the only thing I kind of like disliked about it. It actually has 70 turret armor too. So I guess you won't get whacked with HE into the turret. So that's good to know. Especially if I'm going against them, I won't load the HE for the turret. In the Hawk 30, I still will. But I guess that's nice to know. I never really looked at that. But that's it, guys. You know, just always be looking at the map, make the adjustments you have to make, and use whatever you can to your advantage, right? This game, I just used my team. My team, like, stomped these guys, and we can dive in and we can do the dirty work, right? Come out with 2,300 damage. So there you go, guys. Hope that helps you out on Oyster Bay. I'll catch you for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.